The Quagga zebra is the conqueror of the plains. Description and photos of the quagga. At first glance, the quagga may appear to be a kind of hybrid between a zebra and a horse. The quagga once inhabited South Africa, and was one of the few wild animals to be tamed by man. Here you will find descriptions and photos of the quagga and learn many interesting things about this extinct animal. The quagga, the extinct zebra. The quagga is an extinct species of zebra. The quagga animal is an unpaired hoofed animal. The quagga inhabited a vast expanse of South African steppes. The quagga zebra has an unusual coloration for its species. Its head and neck are striped like a zebra's, and its monochrome, naked croup makes it look like a horse. Still, the quagga animal is a zebra. This is evidenced by the shape of the head, short stiff mane, tail with tassels and physique. All these are signs of a real zebra, just an unusual coloring. The quagga animal had a body length of 180 centimeters, with a height at the withers of 120 centimeters. Life expectancy quagga was about 20 years. The stripes of brown and white on the quagga's head and neck were the brightest, and then they faded and were gradually lost to the brown of the back and sides. The quagga had a dark, broad stripe on its back. The mane had the same striped coloring as the head and neck. Once, numerous herds of quaggas shook the South African steppe with the stomping of their hooves. They lived a nomadic lifestyle and were constantly on the move in search of food. These herbivores made seasonal migrations to new grassy pastures. Small groups of wandering animals joined together in huge herds and often formed very large concentrations. The quagga zebra is one of the few extinct animals that was domesticated by humans and served to protect herds of domestic livestock. Quaggas were able to spot approaching predators much earlier than other domestic animals and alerted their owners with a loud cry. But along with domestication of this zebra, its extermination began. At first, quaggas were hunted for their tough pelt, and then animals were territorially displaced, occupying wild areas of zebras for farms and pastures. But the decisive factor in the extermination of the zebra quagga was the war between Europeans and the indigenous people of Africa. The last wild quagga was killed in 1878. The last quagga in the world died in the Amsterdam Zoo in 1883. Now the real quagga can be seen only in pictures or in museums. In Russia there is one of 4 preserved in the world stuffed zebra quagga. It is in the Zoological Museum of Kazan Federal University. In 1987 experts launched a project on biological restoration of quagga. The best zoologists, breeders, veterinarians and geneticists took part in it. To organize this project, zebras from South Africa were selected, which were distinguished by the smallest number of stripes on the back of the body. From these specimens, 9 animals were selectively bred and placed in a special camp for observation. In 2005, the first animal of the 3rd generation of quagga was born, which turned out to be very similar to a typical quagga. According to some experts, this animal bore more resemblance to the quagga than the museum exhibits of this zebra. One of the naturalists of the project, surnamed Rao, was confident in the success of the quagga's recovery and hoped that they would soon be resettled in the protected areas of South Africa. However, it is worth noting that genetically these bred zebras are different from their historical predecessors and are called Quagga Rao. If you liked this video and want to know more interesting things about animals, subscribe to our channel and get the latest and greatest news about the animal world first.